morning to all. So today again we are going to continue the previous concept. So in the last class we discussed about the circulatory system. Basically circulatory system is composed of three parts children: heart, blood vessels, blood. So in that about heart I already completed. First in the heart we discussed about external features, especially in the external features we discussed size, shape, how it was protected, etc. And now we already completed even internal structure also. So in the internal structure I already explained you, heart have how many septae children? 4 septae. And how many apertures it have? 2 apertures. And how many valves it have? 4 valves. Okay. Now the next concept, blood vessels. Okay. So when we move on to the blood vessels children, before going into the blood vessels concept, there are many scientists done a great contribution towards the circulation. So before going to the concept of blood vessels, first we will discuss the scientists who made a great contributions in the part of circulation. So among that, the first scientist Girolamo Fabrici, the next scientist William Harvey, and the next scientist Marcello Malpighi. So now first we will discuss about Girolamo Fabrici. Yeah children, first we will discuss about Girolamo Fabrici. So he was the 16th century scientist. Till 16th century children, we don't know how the blood moves inside and what are the important parts of the circulatory system, etc. But after 16th century, because of Girolamo Fabrici, we got a very clear idea how the blood moves in the blood vessels. Okay. So he actually Italian doctor, he belongs to Italy, he was the Italian doctor, and main contribution is he done a great work on how the blood moves in the veins. So vein is a type of blood vessels. Basically blood vessels are 2 types, veins, arteries. Okay, arteries carry blood from heart to body parts, whereas veins carry blood from body parts to heart. So both work opposite to each other. So he done a great contribution how the veins will bring the blood from body parts towards the heart. So he observed veins in the legs. So what he noticed? So when he done many experiments how the blood is moving inside the veins. So after observation he given one important note that valves are present in the veins. He noticed that so some valves are present inside the veins. So these valves play vital role in the flow of blood in single direction. Okay, it is also called as unidirectional. Uni means what? One way. So once the blood collected from legs, so it used to move only towards the heart. It won't again go back. Okay, so valves play vital role in the movement of blood in single direction. It also prevents the backward flow of the blood. See children, even if your body was upright, so we know Sirsasana. During Sirsasana, we keep the whole body upright position, but even that time also blood never go in the reverse direction. Okay, because of the valves. So it was noticed in the year of 1600 only. So 16th century only, where the science was now developed, in those days only he revealed this information. Okay. And another important thing, how the veins will work. So suppose we have many veins, many blood vessels present in and around the body. So suppose if I move my hand like this, what is present here? Muscle. So this muscle squeezes the blood vessels and it applies some force on the blood vessels, then the blood used to move. So muscles also useful to apply some force on the blood vessels, then because of that force the blood will push us towards the upward direction. Okay, so that was noticed by the Girolamo Fabrici, but bad luck, he was unable to explain from the heart how the blood vessels carry the blood towards the body parts and how blood from the body parts have it again returned back to the heart. Okay, that was fulfilled by his own student William Harvey. So now we will discuss about William Harvey contributions. So now we will continue with the William Harvey. What is the contribution of William Harvey? He was the student of Girolamo Fabrici. So what Girolamo Fabrici unable to find, so that was discovered by the William Harvey. He just follow his guru So he also done the same experiments again and again, but he revealed still some more better result along with the Girolamo Fabrici. Okay, so what he discovered, same, he also belongs to Italy, and where Girolamo Fabrici done experiments on veins of the legs, he directly done experiments on dissected hearts of the dead people, and he noticed valves in the heart. Actually Fabrici discovered valves in the veins, which are one type of blood vessels, right? But here William Harvey discovered valves present inside the heart. So now you can understand valves are present not only in the veins, those are also present in the heart. So that was discovered by William Harvey, and along with that, same like his master Girolamo Fabrici, he also tying and blocking the different veins, and he noticed many observations. Same like Fabrici, he also done one classical experiment. So in that classical experiment, he took a tourniquet and he tied very tightly to the hands. Actually Fabrici done experiments on legs, but he done experiments on hand. So he took one tight bandage tourniquet and he applied here above the elbow, and then just he informed to close the palm, and then he just explained to apply the force like this. So when we apply the force, we can see how the blood vessels bulges. So there he given very clearly, heart is used to push the blood vessels into the arteries. So when we have a block here, this side blood vessels will bulges. Those are the arteries, because the blood can't able to move towards the downward direction, so they bulges this side. And this side blood vessels also will bulges. Those are nothing but veins, because veins will carry blood from body parts towards the heart. So there is no way to them to go that side. So that's what they used to bulges out. So by this, William Harvey, what he said? Heart pushed the blood into arteries, whereas veins collect the blood from body parts towards the heart. So that is the one of the important contribution by the William Harvey. And he also explained about double circulation, children. Double circulation means, in the next topic we will go in detail. Double means 2 times. So double circulation, blood flows 2 times, where through the heart. Okay, he explained very clearly. Once blood is collected from body parts and enter into the heart. From the heart, blood again sent back to the lungs. So there the oxygenation completed, right? After oxygenation, again it was bring back towards the heart. So now from the heart again it sent to body parts. In this way, how many times the blood flow? 2 times. So in those days only he explained about the double circulation. Till now we are following the same concept. That is true. Okay. So, and he also explained that so basically adult human being having 5 liters of the blood. Okay. The same blood will pump and same blood will be oxygenated again and again and again. So they given one important information. In 1 hour, our heart used to pump the blood 3 times of your weight. Okay, 3 times of your weight. So just you can imagine how much blood will be pumped every day. So the same 5 liters of blood will be again circulated throughout our body with the support of our heart. So from the body parts, it collected, it entered into the heart. From the heart, it sent to the lungs. So what the lungs will do? Oxygenation. They remove the carbon dioxide and they will add oxygen. Then that oxygenated blood will be again sent back to the heart. So from the heart, again this oxygenated blood will be supplied to whole body. So that information very clearly given by the William Harvey. Okay. So in addition, so I explained about how he done the classical experiment, and finally same like Fabrici, he missed one point. He unable to explain how blood vessels were connected. He explained how the flow will happen, but he unable to explain the fine blood vessels which are used to connect the arteries and veins. Okay, so that was fulfilled by another scientist. His name is Marcello Malpighi. Okay, so now we will discuss about Marcello Malpighi. So as I said before, children, Fabrici discovered valves present in the veins and he explained how the blood flows. Okay. Later, William Harvey explained more about the heart. He discovered valves present in the heart and how the blood was pumped from heart to arteries and how it was collected from veins into the heart, but he unable to explain how the arteries and veins were connected. Okay, so now that was discovered by Marcello Malpighi. Okay, so Marcello Malpighi actually belongs to the tenure 1628 and he lived up to 1694. So he discovered that there are fine, very tiny blood vessels are present in between the arteries and veins. So those are called actually capillaries. Okay, so those capillaries were discovered by Marcello Malpighi with the support of microscope, children, because those are very microscopic. Those are very tiny. We can't able to see them with the help of our naked eye. Okay, so with the support of microscope, he noticed the tiny blood vessels which are named as capillaries. Okay, capillary is actually Latin word. The meaning of capillary is hair. So everyone knows that how our hair was so thin. Okay, so these blood vessels are very thin than even the hair. Okay, so and finally he discovered actually in the year of 1661, exactly 4 years after the Harvey's death, he discovered the fine blood vessels which are used to connect the arteries with veins in the wings of the bats, children. In the wings of the bat, he done experiments on wings of the bats. In that he discovered these fine blood vessels called as the capillaries. So these three people have difference. Girolamo Fabricchi done experiments on veins in the legs, okay, and William Harvey done experiments in the hearts of the dead people, right? Now Marcello Malpighi done experiments in wings of the bats. So remember, these are very useful for the bits. So in a glance, Fabricchi discovered how the blood flows in the veins, and valves are present in the veins which are used to move the blood in a unidirectional process. So that was strongly supported by the William Harvey, and William Harvey, he discovered more about the heart. He discovered valves are present in the heart, and even heart is useful to pump the blood into arteries and collect the blood from veins. Later Marcello Malpighi discovered that arteries and the veins are connected by the capillaries. Okay, by this we concluded the concept of contribution of the scientists. So now the next we will move on to the types of the blood vessels. So there are three types of blood vessels, children. One is artery, another one vein, and the third is capillaries. Okay, what are arteries? Arteries always carry the blood from the heart towards the body parts. So that is a very important concept. You have to remember what they will do. They carry blood from heart towards body parts. Okay, this is the main function, children. They carry blood from heart to body parts. Whereas what are veins? Reverse function. They carry blood from body parts. Reverse, simply reverse. They carry blood from body parts towards the heart. So in the primary classes also you learned it. So what is artery? Nothing but which carry blood from heart to body parts. What are veins? Which carry blood from body parts to heart. Artery is also called as incoming or outgoing. Generally we use incoming. If you feel your mobile as a heart, so from heart if you can able to do calls, we call outgoing calls, right? So outgoing means arteries. They carry blood from outside, no? So that's what arteries are, the outgoing blood vessels. They carry blood from heart to outside. In your language I am explaining. Here veins means what? Incoming. Somebody will call to us, right? So here they will bring something from outside towards the heart. That's what veins are called as incoming blood vessels. Arteries are outgoing blood vessels, whereas veins are incoming blood vessels. Okay, and coming to the capillaries, these are the finest blood vessels which we discussed before, which are discovered by Marcello Malpighi. We can't able to see them with the naked eye. We need compulsory microscope to see them. So these capillaries are used to connect both arteries and the veins. So they act like a barrier between the arteries and the veins. Okay, so that is about all the three types of blood vessels. Now let us see the structure. When I talk about artery, children, artery wall, it have a outside, this outside layer is there, no? This outside layer is called as elastic fibrous coat. It is called as elastic fibrous coat, means what? It have elasticity, it can able to extend its length. Okay, it have a elastic fibrous coat, and after that it have a second layer called as muscle layer, and inside see it have a space. The space we call as a lumen, but the lumen is very small compared to the vein. Okay, why the lumen is small? So there is a relation between this fibrous coat and the lumen, children. Here this have elasticity, right? So it can able to extend its size. Because of that, small lumen is there. Suppose if the blood flows very rushiously into the arteries, what happen? It have elasticity, no? So it can able to increase its size. Okay, whenever blood flow will be very low, again it will contracts. So in that way, elastic fibrous coat is useful to expand or extend the size of the lumen. Basically lumen is small, but whenever required, slightly it can able to increase. So that is the structure of arteries. Whereas when you talk about veins, children, see here the outside membrane is very thin and it was very tough fibrous coat. Tough means what? It can't able to stretch. It is very strong. Okay. So and the next layer is as usual, same here also have muscle and here also have the muscle layer. But inside lumen, see here the lumen is very small, whereas see here the lumen is very big. So I said the relation now. So here as it have tough fibrous coat, the lumen is big, because if more blood flows also they can't able to extend their size. So here the lumen, naturally lumen is so big, so it can able to control the flow of the blood. But suppose if it is small lumen and if it have a tough fibrous coat, then if more blood rushes, then definitely it is a problem for the flow of the blood. So naturally as it have large lumen, the outside membrane was tough fibrous. As it have small lumen, the outside membrane was elastic in the nature. Okay, so that is about the structure of veins. Now let us see the last one, capillaries. As I said, capillaries are the very fine blood vessels, very small blood vessels, which are used to connect the arteries with veins. Okay, so these blood vessels also have a large lumen. They also have a lining around it, and compared to, if you take in order, first veins have a large lumen, whereas capillaries have next large, whereas arteries have very small lumen. Okay, so but all these three are very important in our body to carry blood from heart to the body parts and body parts to the heart. So once again remember, arteries carry blood from the heart towards the body parts. Okay, and veins will carry blood from body parts towards the heart, and capillaries are used to connect both arteries with veins. Okay, so I hope you understood up to this. So now we will discuss the differences between arteries and veins. So as I said before, arteries have elastic fibrous coat, whereas veins have tough fibrous coat. So let us see here, that was applicable here also. When you talk about the thickness of the wall, the thickness of the wall, you can see the thickness of the wall is very thick in the arteries, whereas very thin in the veins. Okay, and valves, as I said before, and even Fabriki discovered that valves are present in veins and absent in arteries. Okay, now capacity to retain shape when blood is absent. So as it have elastic fibrous coat, they can retain, whereas as if they have tough fibrous coat, they can collapse. Okay, that's, and direction of blood flow. So I said you very clearly, that is the main concept. The direction of blood flow is, in the arteries blood carry from the heart to organs, whereas in the veins blood carried from organs to heart, both opposite to each other. Now pressure in the vessels. So when you talk about artery, so immediately from heart the blood enters into heart. So the pressure will be very high, blood flow with more pressure in the arteries, whereas veins are used to just collect the blood. So, the pressure is very low in the veins. Okay. Now, the type of blood, arteries used to carry blood from heart to body parts, no? So, the blood is oxygenated, whereas veins deoxygenated blood. Why deoxygenated? They carry blood from body parts. So, once oxygenated blood is supplied to all parts of the body, then it turns into deoxygenated. Complete oxygen will be utilized and carbon dioxide is added in the tissues. So, which blood will be there in the body parts? Deoxygenated. So, all veins will carry the blood from body parts. Which kind of blood they will carry? Deoxygenated blood. Okay, and finally, the type of the blood by pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. So, this we already discussed in previous class also. Generally, artery will carry oxygenated blood, whereas pulmonary artery will carry which blood, children? Deoxygenated blood, because it carry blood towards the lungs for oxygenation. So, pulmonary artery carries which blood? Deoxygenated, whereas all veins will carry deoxygenated blood, whereas pulmonary artery carries oxygenated blood. Why? This pulmonary vein brings blood from lungs after oxygenation. So, which blood it consists? Oxygenated blood. So, as it brings blood from the lungs, the blood is oxygenated. So, all veins generally carry which blood? Deoxygenated, whereas pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood. But as I said, the main basic concept, as I said, artery means which bring blood from heart to body parts. Same, pulmonary artery also carry blood from heart to lungs. But which blood? Deoxygenated blood. Vein means, what is the definition of vein? Which bring blood from body parts towards the heart. Same, here pulmonary artery bring blood from lungs towards the heart. But which blood it will carry? Oxygenated blood. Okay. So, this is about the today class. I hope you understood, and on a glance we completed about the structure of the heart. Then we enter into the blood vessels concept. So, today we complete even the blood vessels also. Basically, three types of blood vessels are present: arteries, veins, capillaries. Okay, and then I gave you the differences between the arteries and veins, and even one more important concept here we discussed: what is the contribution of the scientists like Girolamo Fabrici, William Harvey and Marcello Malpighi towards the circulation. So, I hope you understood the lesson. So, just answer a few questions which I asked right now. So, what are the septae present in the heart? How many apertures are present in the heart? And how many valves are present in the heart? What is the functioning of those valves? And what is the contribution of Girolamo Fabrici, and what is the contribution of William Harvey, and what is the contribution of Marcello Malpighi towards the science. Okay? And finally, what are arteries, what are veins, and what are capillaries, and what are the differences between the arteries and veins. So, try to answer all these questions. If you are able to answer all these questions, definitely you understood the concept. So, in the next class we move on to the further concept of the circulation. Thank you.